You came up with something called the garage test,
Yes, right.
which you told me about, and I
Yep.
think it's pretty cool. So basically, it's judging your culture by how people feel pulling into the parking lot. So if they're excited to park, that's good news. They want to come in, get in
Yep.
the action. But if they are dreading it or want to turn around, that's a bad sign.
Right.
Where did that idea come from?
I don't even remember. When we moved to our new building, we had a garage for the first time that was, you weren't getting ice and snow and whatever.
Right.
So I was pulling into the garage one day with my tuna sandwich, ready to run upstairs. And I was like so happy. I couldn't wait to jump into the day, and it was going to be wonderful. There's cool stuff that was happening. And so when I got up to my office, I was like, I passed the garage test. For the past 27 and a half years or whatever, I passed the garage test.
And what do you do as a leader if you get the feeling that WKYC isn't passing the garage test for an employee? How do you go about correcting that?
That's a good question. So I think the first thing is to try to figure out why. What is driving that sense of dread or that dissatisfaction or that fear or whatever? One, is it individually being driven, i.e., they're unhappy with their career path, they're unhappy with something's going on at home,
Right.
they're unhappy with just sort of who they are at that moment in time? Or is there something really within the culture that's an issue? Is it, is there any kind of bullying? Is there any kind of dismissive behavior? Is there something going on with layoffs that people are nervous about? So getting to the sort of heart of why they feel that way is the first step. And then the question is, what can you change? If it's something personal, can I hook them up with something that makes, their life a little bit easier? Or if it's a growth, feel like they're not growing or they're not, they don't feel like they have a path, those one-on-one conversations about what do they want?
Yeah.
What kind of training can I give you? Do you really want to maybe move departments? Or is there really no place to go? And let me help you find whatever the next thing is. But if it's something systematic and it's something, inherent in the culture, that's where I really need to
Right.
to delve into and see what's causing it.